Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and we are reviewing this week's episode of Friday Night Smackdown. And before I get into any of that, I would just say that this was probably one of the better Friday Night Smackdowns that we've had in a while. And most of them have felt like a chore, but this one was a very intriguing episode. But before I get into my thoughts on anything about this episode, make sure you guys leave this video a like as it continues to help this channel to continue to grow and it beats the YouTube algorithm. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the videos that I post. But let's just get right to it as the night kicks off with John Cena still going on about how he wants to ruin wrestling, still going on about his prophecy that he beat everybody, and he's talking about the people that he's overcome, and he's talking about how he felt it was easy for him. He's waiting, he's getting for number 17. He was using his seniority to kind of, once he lost the Royal Rumble to Jey Uso, to throw himself in the Elimination Chamber. And he made it so easy, he felt like it was easy to just win this match because he knew that CM Punk and Seth Rollins were going to be all over each other. He pounced on it. While Cody was focusing on the final boss, he felt like, oh, it was time to me to kick in and easily go into a different mode and beat Cody at WrestleMania. Use the hometown crowd at Backlash to beat one Randy Orton. So he goes onto the spiel about that for Cody Rhodes to come out and talk about, you said all this, but I pinned you last week at Money in the Bank, which actually happened. Pinned him, he said, and then Randy Orton comes out and Randy Orton is talking about how he wants number 15, and if he had to go through anybody to do it, if he goes to Cody and he looks Cody like a brother, I will run through your ass to get to this bitch. He was talking about Cena. Then LA Knight comes out. Then he's talking about the crowd wanting LA Knight. Then he's talking about if I got to go through the RKO, if I got to go through him, I'll do it. If I got to go through Nightmare. And then he's talking about John Cena becoming an unpredictable, whiny little bitch. And it's funny that John Cena got called a bitch a lot. But either way, they were cooking with this. They were absolutely cooking with this. Then, once Cena leaves the ring, Ron Killings, R-Truth, comes out and attacks him. And I love to see R-Truth, Ron Killings on a different type of build. I really, really like this match. I like this setup for R-Truth, where the guy who was finna get released to be brought back and put in type of, like, he's getting that main event type of pop. He's getting that main event type of reaction from the crowd, and rightfully so. And it's almost like he's changing of the guards. But then that leads up to the Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes fatal 4-way match with the King of the Ring qualifying match. And this was overall a very solid match. I personally thought they were going to give the win to LA Knight. I honestly thought that LA Knight was going to pick up the win in this match. I honestly thought that. With the crowd wanting LA Knight, and a lot of people want to see LA Knight in a title picture again, because I think the WWE dropped the ball with the Money in the Bank and not giving LA Knight that. I thought they were going to give him more of a push in this King of the Ring tournament, but it ended up not happening because of Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker coming out. Just like he came out during Braun Breaker's match last week, they got the revenge and basically took him out as he was laid out with Braun Breaker with a spear. Then it turns out that Carmelo Hayes jumping off the top rope. Randy Orton hits him with the RKO, and he pins LA Knight for the win. Which I think, I'm surprised that LA Knight was the one that ate the pin in this match. I thought it was going to be either Carmelo or Aleister Black was going to eat the pin, but LA Knight eating the pin was a little bit surprising. But that was a good match. Then Jacob Fatu comes out after that when he was talking about how that the reasons and the things that was going on while he attacked Solo at Money in the Bank. And he was talking about Solo was trying to take all the credit for Jacob's rise to the top. Then Solo interrupts and he's talking about, I brought you in this world, I brought you money, I brought you fame, I brought you this, bringing you into this business, bringing you into WWE because nobody wanted you. And he still is offering his hand of forgiveness, as in, I want to hear 4 words from you. I love you, Solo. Which I don't think that's going to happen with him saying, I hate Solo, before he turned his back on him or attacked him for the things that Solo was saying about Jacob, which that was a very, very good promo. Then they go backstage. Chelsea Green, Alba Fire and Piper Niven went backstage with all this FaceTiming Chelsea Green, somewhere drinking a little colada or something she was doing, and then not being there for the match, which the match that she was supposed to be in later in the night, which she was replaced by Alba Fire. But then we have Nia Jax, Michin, Piper Niven, and Jade Cargill in the Fatal 4-Way match for the women's qualifying Money in the Bank, which overall that was a very solid match as well. You had the spot where they threw Jade Cargill over the announce table, taking out Wade Barrett, Nia Jax with the fingers. And overall, very solid match with Jade Cargill picking up the win when she hit Piper Niven with Jaded. And I'm interested to see how they're going to do with Jade now that she had the WrestleMania win. And I'm interested to see how this is going to go. Then they flash back into Naomi backstage, and she goes to the Money in the Bank promo, and she's still talking about, like, when she was going for the women's title in 2024, that it was always Tiffany that was in the way, stopping Naomi from getting to Nia Jax's title, which I love how they kind of refer back to that, because full circle, now Naomi actually has the Money in the Bank and Tiffany still has the title, which I love how they play back into that, only for Nia to come out and start attacking Tiffany and hit her with the Annihilator. Then Naomi tries to cash in, but Nia Jax stops her. And I was like, why don't you just hit her with the briefcase? But I think this is going to be a setup down the road. They're setting something up for Naomi to cash in down the road. I really, really feel it. I really, really feel it. And I love, like I said, the storytelling of Naomi with her trying to go after Nia and couldn't get it. Now goes full circle, Tiffany having a belt and Naomi having a cash in Money in the Bank. I love how this is playing out. I love the storytelling of this. Then we have them backstage trying to figure out who's going to take on Hawaii 6 with Motor City Machine Gun, Street Profits, DIY backstage. And who's going to take on Hawaii 6? Which ends up being Motor City Machine Guns in a match which turned out to be Loomis and Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy. Overall, very solid match with the YS6 ended up picking up the win. And I like what they're doing of trying to set up with the YS6 is like, who's going to be the team that kind of slows them down and kind of stops their momentum ever since they came back into the fold a couple of weeks ago on Friday Night Smackdown. I like where they're going with this. Then you have John Cena looking for had Jimmy Uso backstage, and he was looking for R-Truth, A.K.A. Ron Killings. I keep saying R-Killings. And then he comes out, and he's like, you want to fight, Truth? I'm looking for a fight. Come out. Only for CM Punk to be able to come out. And CM Punk really cooked with the promo. He really cooked. Talking about, it's funny, I'm trying to give you an out, and he's like, we know you the good guy. Why wouldn't you want to go out with these fans appreciating you? John Cena is like, why? He's like, okay, I gave you an out. And CM Punk was referring to Money in the Bank 2011, which I was there, which I still love the fact that I was there. Then he goes out and he's basically saying the roles are reversed, which hindsight, I didn't never think about it in this type of way. It really was. When CM Punk and John Cena went off at Money in the Bank in Chicago, when CM Punk was talking about he was going to beat Cena for the title and then walk out. And that is exactly what happened. And it comes full circle when CM Punk is like, you are talking like me, which is crazy, which I'm so glad he put that all together because it didn't click in my head. I'm not going to lie. It did not click. It's like the roles are reversed. I'm doing this for the fans. I'm doing this to ruin you and ruin your title reign. And for your title reign, you need CM Punk to kind of boost it, which honestly, it has. To me, in my opinion, it has. And he was like, it kind of refers back to that Money in the Bank. And you want to walk out with the title. He's like, no. I'm going to stop that now. And they cooked with that. And CM Punk leaves the ring. Ron Killings comes out again and hits John Cena with the STF. And then Punk grabs the microphone and said, here goes the truth. I love what they're doing with this. And it ended up being R-Truth backstage, Ron Killings backstage with GM Nick Aldis. And he says, I want Cena next week. He's like, you want Cena next week? Done. Then we have Candice LeRae, Alexa Bliss, Alba Fire, and Charlotte Flair in the Fatal 4-Way for the women's queen of the ring. And I'm surprised. This was a good match. I thought Charlotte was going to win. I thought they were going to set it up for Charlotte to win. And Alexa Bliss hit Sister Abigail to Candice LeRae while Charlotte Flair was hitting the figure 8 on Alba Fire. And Alexa Bliss gets the 1-2-3 pin count right before Alba Fire taps out. Charlotte thinks she had the match won, only for the pin to go to Alexa Bliss. Now, I'm interested to see if they're going to take that somewhere. Because of the way that match ended, are they going to take this? Where are they going to go with that? That's what I'm looking forward to next week on SmackDown. Where are they going to go with the Alexa Bliss Charlotte Flair thing? Because that's been kind of brewing for a while. And I thought it was honestly going to be Charlotte and Jade in the finals. I'm not going to lie. I had a funny feeling they was going to have those two in the finals and get Jade finally, like they two finally have their own match, which ended up not happening. But I like the fact that Charlotte didn't win. If you guys know, I'm not the biggest fan of the way the WWE does Charlotte. And to be honest, I'm happy she actually picked up the L in this. I'm happy that she picked up the L. Then you turn into CM Punk and Cody Rhodes backstage. And if you guys don't remember, I think it was the 2024 Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble promo where it was basically who's chasing who. And they was talking about CM Punk chasing Cody Rhodes when Cody was having the title, or when Cody gets the title. And it's basically now, he says, good luck. Who's going to be chasing who at the Night of Champions? I can't wait for Night of Champions. But either way, do you have Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura for the Fatal 4-Way, the main event of the night? I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the way they're doing Nakamura. I don't like the heel run. It's kind of boring. It's boring. I like Andrade. And it's crazy that Damian Priest was just on Cody Rhodes' podcast. And now they're in a match. And I don't like one thing I'll say about this match, I don't like the fact that they're putting the sponsors on the tables. It's weird to see. I know this is a new era of WWE. It's still weird to see that they're putting the sponsors on the tables. But either way it goes, Cody Rhodes ends up winning this match. And it was a very good match. And it was kind of predictable. We kind of knew Cody was going to win. They're kind of going to I think they're probably going to set up the run for him to get back at John Cena at SummerSlam. I think that's the direction they go with this. That's just me. Leave you guys thoughts in the comments about that. But I just think that is the direction they're going to go with this. But overall, I think this was one of the better SmackDowns that we've had in a while. From promo-wise, they cooked with the whole everybody's coming at John Cena. Ron Killings, R-Truth didn't speak, but he made his presence felt with attacking Cena twice. CM Punk coming at Cena with his promo, that was absolutely lovely. The matches were good. I would give this a good 7.5 out of 10. This is one of the better SmackDowns that we had, at least in quite a few weeks. And could it be the best SmackDown in 2024 or 2025 so far? Leave you guys thoughts in the comments down below. But that is it for our SmackDown recap. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. Continue to help this channel to grow. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and click the subscribe button and notification bell so you not miss any of the videos that I post. And if you got to this point, type American Nightmare in the comments so I know you got this far. But I'm APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.